Speaking at the launch of an Across African project was the Chief Executive Officer and founder for Toco, His Excellency Tag Weekes. In his presentation said that Toco impact is not only impact but to demonstrate the power of the beauty, those loves that were being touched in order to champion social barrier that makes citizens feel like brothers keepers through the implementing of the project to see and to accomplish the children's passions.
And people fundamentally want the same things everywhere: hope, love, inclusion, and brothers and sisters. All these three, the greatest is love. Children are particularly important to us at Toco Foundation. The great former president of Africa once said, "There can be no keener revelation of society's soul than the way in which they treat their children." Cynicism in youth is deadly for the society around it because cynicism breeds deviance, and deviance is habit forming. When our communities are plagued with a culture of deviance, the future of the entire generation is destroyed. For it is said it's easier to build strong children than to fix and repair broken men and women. I grew up in a low-income community in St. Lucia at a time when children belonged to the place and not just the family whose name they carried. When we established Toco, it was nostalgia for that experience of community that shaped our vision. Over the past 2 years, the COVID-19 pandemic has reminded us as a global village that our collective well-being can only be assured and sustained when everyone is doing okay. We dare to hope that Toco's impact will not only improve lives for better, but it will demonstrate the power and beauty of the village for those whose lives we have touched. We dare to believe that through Toco we can champion the socialist values that make citizens feel like the brother's keeper and defenders of the community. We have implemented projects in St. Lucia, Dominica, Trinidad, and Haiti directly, and lots of other places indirectly. But it's the potential of the ripple effect of those projects that motivates Toco. For one Trinidadian brother whose football career took off as a result of his participation in one of our football clinics, whose excitement to pay it forward was ignited when he understood the seismic shift in the direction of his life. The seismic shift in the direction of his life happened with the first football camp. A little girl in St. Lucia whose family had never had a university graduate. That when a child gets inspired, it's from seeing love in action, seeing his potential and her potential through the achievement of someone else, realizing that he or she matters so much that the system moved mountains to protect or defend his or her rights, or made room for his or her dreams to thrive. So here we are in Ghana for the launch of Hands Across Africa, my brothers and sisters. Many hands make light work. We look forward to forming partnerships with civil society and the government in Ghana to make a meaningful impact and to help in whatever small way to fan the flames of hope. For coming to Africa to do that kind of work, that I should bring a gift with me. So I brought 5,000 pairs of shoes, and we give it out in the Accra region and in the Volta region. When Angela and I went home, we decided, why not do something bigger than just this one? Why not piggyback on the Africa-Caribbean Summit? And why not piggyback on the Decade of the Return? And I know governments always do government things, but we the people can do our own things. And we decided to do Hands Across Africa, literally asking people to bring their hands across and pull ourselves together and let us show the world Africa the way we want it to be seen, not the way it has been portrayed. So we decided to do Hands Across Africa Festival and Expo. And what we're doing is we're bringing 10 artists, in 10 countries. We're bringing some international artists with us, and we're going to form alliances with artists in every country so we can put on these festivals and leave most of the money that's raised in country. As reggae musicians and as musicians, we've sung about Africa a million times. The people that just come and sang, left, not even leaving a tea bag on the continent. So we don't want to change in life and change any social movement cannot be held get by song alone, it has to be done by song and works. And that is what we want to do. But with the expo part of the festival, what we want to do is give governments and people and social movements a chance to show the world how they want themselves to be seen. So in between the performances, we give people 3 or 4 minute video sections to show the world what it is that's unique about Africa. That show the world that 50% of the coffee, the chocolate that we eat in New York City comes out of Ghana. That show people that the Great Wall of China is big, but the Great Wall of Beijing is 6 times the size. You know, there's so much to show. That is what we want to show in the expo. But for Ghana, we're even doing something even more special. We have a program called Toco Scholarship Program, in which we bring coaches from different parts of the U.S. to give scholarships to children to come to school in the U.S. And we're launching it right now. What we plan to do is every March, we bring about 20 coaches from the U.S., bring all the school children together, and let's see who's good enough to get a full scholarship to the U.S. So that is basically Hands Across Africa Festival and Expo. And I thank you so very much.
And Cry Outreach. We started off getting lots of kids in Africa, and then we were called by somebody at the UN, asked if we were willing to be the Goodwill Ambassador to the Caribbean, to focus our spotlight on the Caribbean, because usually when people think about the Caribbean, they don't think about suffering, they think of all-inclusive hotels and, you know, rum and coconut water. So we had to actually focus a little bit on the Caribbean, and that's what we do with Toco. What I think it's necessary to do as a musician is to walk and talk, make it be the same. Because plenty of people talk the talk, but nobody walk the walk.
500 bikes have been donated by the They Often Cry Outreach, also known as the Toco Foundation, to the St. Lucian government. The bicycles were donated in an effort to make St. Lucians healthier in the midst of rising cases of diseases such as obesity, hypertension, and diabetes on the island.
Hey, this is Tag Weekes, and I'm asking you to come join me on November 15th at 6 a.m. with the Waves Walk and Burn, supported by HTS and the Diabetic and Hypertensive Association.
About 80 clients a day showed up to the Toco Foundation and the Montana Dental Clinic's free 1-week dental consultations, which ran from January 7th to 10th in April. The free services included dental cleanings, fillings, and extractions.
The intention is to get everybody in St. Lucia smiling. You know, so we started off in Soufriere last year, in Miko today, and we will continue.
357 people took advantage of the free dental services. The Montana Dental Outreach founder says the St. Lucia mission was a resounding success.
The Canadian Animal Assistance Team has made their 3rd trip to St. Lucia to continue to address the animal overpopulation issues in St. Lucia. The clinic is an initiative presented by an organization called They Often Cry Outreach, or Toco.
Allow me also to thank the Toco Foundation, which continues to prove itself a great partner in the social advancement of our people. And on this occasion, we are receiving shoes. And so please do convey my most profound thanks to Tag Weekes and his team for their continuing interest and generosity.
This past Monday, the Toco Foundation hosted a workshop in Miku to provide guidance to unemployed residents in becoming an appealing candidate to potential employers. Co-founder of the Toco Foundation, Angela Weekes, says the project utilizes the experiences and perspectives of professionals to inspire and encourage residents who hope to gain and sustain employment.
Okay, I'm Cassius Naro, the former Minister for Kalinago Affairs. And I would like to specifically thank Mr. Tag Weekes for all the work that he has done with his organization in the Kalinago territory, especially in the post-Maria event. We have several individuals, or almost 100% of our people in the Kalinago territory suffered, especially our youth, who during the time of need had something to celebrate with for their Christmas on several occasions, and reaching out to the community at large. May God continue to bless his good works, and may God continue to bless him and his organization.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Avery. It's a cold and snowy night here in Valparaiso, Indiana, and I'm thinking about my friends Taj and Angela Weekes. And Toco and They Often Cry Outreach, and then all the great work that we've been able to do together over the many years. 13 years I was the head coach at Valparaiso University for the men's soccer team, and They Often Cry Outreach was a great partner to us. We were able to raise money and awareness and really help put on some events that Taj and Angela and the rest of the folks with Toco carried out in St. Lucia, and I've been just such a grateful and blessed to be a part of all that. What a great organization. I think you guys all understand how blessed you are to have Taj Weekes in your life, and the man just gets things done. And I'm really, really excited to carry on and to get going. And to Taj and Angela, to everybody there, good luck, congratulations, and I'm on board, man. Let's get going.
And through your foundation, Toco, over the past years. In particular, assisting with the youth not only in your country of birth, but also in Trinidad and Tobago. On this occasion, permit me to extend to you the appreciation and gratitude for the valuable contribution you have been rendering to youths in the Caribbean.
Toco, Tag Weekes, They Often Cry Outreach, and this is our third time that we're doing it.
The shirts and pins will be given to the individual, and they choose to express their pain or the messages that they want to share.
You tell me it gets better in time.
The devices, including laptops and tablets, were sourced by the Toco Foundation and handed to the Ministry of Education for distribution among 8 of the island's educational institutions. Chief Education Officer Dr. Fiona Philip Meyer accepted the devices on the ministry's behalf. Founder of the Toco Foundation, Tag Weekes, who joined the proceedings virtually, thanked the many individuals and organizations who assisted.
Vulnerable households across the globe have been struggling to feed themselves amid the COVID-19 crisis. They Often Cry Outreach, Toco Foundation, has been working to ensure those most in need are not forgotten during the pandemic. Over the past few months, the foundation has managed to assemble clothing and food items to distribute to marginalized groups.
So the idea that we had for the shoes was to try to give it to the most underprivileged children around God, those we thought who needed it the most. And we had the privilege of speaking with MP African, who runs, a community that needs help.
A round of applause for the Toco Foundation. In the name of the Almighty God, the Father, and the Son, we like to do it.